Black Power. I'm gonna keep this video as short as possible. When I upload them on Facebook, they're going without audio. When I upload them on YouTube, it takes forever and it kills my battery. But this past week, I'm sharing the link to Killed by Police, and it shows the genocide by the pigs has continued. So more y'all needed to come forward, whether you can be on the front line or whether you could play some capacity in the background to help with this, researching, obtaining resources that are necessary. Because again, nothing else is going to stop it but us. It's part of a government agenda. It's part of a corporate agenda. And, we're seeing from prosecutors, the judges, to the white public in general, it is supported. So, we need your support in that. We are being targeted more because of what all we're doing, from the issue with the police to the gentrification, and now specifically with these liquor stores. We got a lot of folks who are conspiring to remove us, from the police to the sheriffs to you know city officials, county officials, state, federal officials. And sooner than later, this is going to get uglier. What I was sharing with you, that took place at my mom's house, that's not going to be some shit that we're going to be played with, but it's consistent with a pattern of things that happens as we become more effective. But regardless of what happens to us as individuals, we as a people will have victory if we continue to move forward. They're going to send misleaders, people to redirect y'all, people who have the gift of gab, some people who may have some association with us to mislead y'all, to take y'all right back to the plantation, but continue to withdraw, divest, sanction these outside entities that we've been tricking off money to, these corporate entities that are in turn investing in our control, our destruction, and start building more black institutions, period. That's the key to our success. But part of that is becoming strong enough to fight off the violence these predators carry out to gain control of the situation. That's just part of the reality. So before we could talk about everything else, you can't evade step number one. And that's what a lot of people come at us with. We overstand the economics of this, but economics is nothing if you're not strong enough to control it, period. They keep taking from us, whether it was Africa the first time or many times here since. They keep taking from us. They claim a right to sell dope. We don't. The few that do are controlled. Everything, alcohol. They have a right to distribute, manufacture whatever type of alcohol. We have a controlled privilege to use it. But all of this is part of the same. And that's ultimately what this movement is. People try to steer us in one direction or another, but it encompasses everything which is controlling us right now. So we just need y'all continued support. The direction we're headed will be victorious, regardless of what they can and cannot do to us. Whatever they do to us can be reciprocated to them. That's key. But getting past this hate that has been cultivated in us for each other, getting to the understanding of oneness with race first, and moving forward. As far as specifics in these liquor stores, we met with the Korean American Federation, the representatives from the mayor's office, representatives from the state assembly, but also the past few days, Ms. Junt over at Hubert's Liquor in Africatown has had Lil Kim make attempts to meet with us. And at this point, our primary position is that these stores shut down as many of them need to, and that we take control of these spaces and transform them into black establishments, black institutions. And as far as their transition out of here, people are saying it's ridiculous for us to expect them to pay money while we're telling them to shut down. But again, these businesses are responsible for death, for destruction, for people being on these prison plantations. And people then want to turn and say, well, if you can't stop people from going in there, doing it to themselves, you can't be, which is bullshit. Because if any one of us was to go to a white high school right now and sell one bag of motherfucking cocaine, we will be prosecuted to the fullest extent. But they have conditioned people to say it's okay to participate in the mass genocide and destruction of us. So, that's first and foremost. Anything that comes after that is just a form of restitution, reparations, whatever, until their exit. But it's a lot of psychological warfare that goes on in this. And the more they have a control over us, the more people will empathize, sympathize with their position. But again, they are the abusers. They are the victimizers. So that is the position from which we deal with it. Comrades, 3 of our comrades were arrested last week. After that second night, all 3 are free. All 3 of them have been back on the front line with us. Our comrade Kevin sustained a few injuries, but as you see, he's been right back out here with us. And again, we ask more of y'all to come join us, whether you join us directly or whether you join us in action wherever you at. These are minor steps. These are small things that need to happen, but until more cats come forward to do whatever else, something has to be done right now, and that's what we are doing. This Saturday will be game 3 over at USC. So we'll return there. Hopefully more of you will show up with us throughout the week. We will continue the grand closings over at Liquorland and Hubert's in Africatown. We have identified a couple other spots that have been in violation against our people, so we may begin grand closings at those locations this week. But wherever you at, get out here and help take care of the family. Stop these senseless murders. Help stop us from being pushed up out of our communities. Help liberate our brothers and sisters locked down on these prison plantations. Invest in taking control of our economics, and just be a part of us sustaining self. All power to the people.